You brought up the jackets and then you have, the secret handshakes with all these new best friends. It's very high schoolish to me, the engagement of it in the in the suite. And I feel like a lot of times Taylor, who is a 30-plus-year-old woman, feels like she cosplays a high school nerd.
Yo, this is the Inflection Collective. All of us are connected, reflective, real life perspective, respected. The banter, the chit chat, no cap is big facts. So kick back. This here is done there, been there.
Tony, so I'm saying things. Tony Dungy's saying things when it comes to Taylor Swift. All right, Taylor Swift obviously is with Travis
Taylor
Kelce.
Swift. Now, I don't think we've talked about Taylor Swift since our very first episode, right?
Well, I don't think so. Because when they started with Travis Kelce and that whole relationship began, we was wondering how long it's going to be like. They seem like they're still strong. She came into sub-zero temperatures to come out there and support them, doing the swag surf or whatever you call that. I don't know if that was a swag surf, but she was trying. They did. Let's give them A for effort. Yeah. They were trying. Okay. But Tony Dungy, who was the former Indianapolis head coach, Hall of Famer, who's now an NBC broadcaster, said that he said disenchants NFL fans as a distraction. And obviously the Swifties came for him, and that's like they always do. Is Taylor Swift, do you think is it a distraction, or is it something that is good for the game of the NFL because it's exposing other people who would not watch the NFL to the game itself?
So I think the NFL thinks it's great because the NFL is reaping the benefits of having that many more people tune in, that many more people buy jerseys, that many people care about the NFL. So the NFL would say, yes, this is great. I think the people that are conflicted or challenged by it are probably people who are NFL fans, probably particularly Kansas City Chiefs fans, because even among those fans, some are excited that they're getting all this attention and they love Travis Kelce before Taylor Swift came into the picture. And then some of those same fans are like, hey, this is a football team. Why do y'all keep talking about Taylor Swift? So I think this is one of those double-edged swords that it's a gift and a curse, and depending on which side you want to believe in. Personally, I still think it's a manufactured relationship. I still don't believe it's real, but don't nobody care what I think. But I think Travis Kelce, I think the NFL, and I think Taylor Swift are all happy. And I think the Kansas City Chiefs are happy. Yep. The fans, I think that's who's divided on the concepts of, I do think it's weird how much they show her in the stands. I do think it's kind of low-lying fruit at this point. Mm-hmm. I think once you show her once, we're good. I think it's an overexposure in that context. Yes, for sure. Mm-hmm. And I think that's how you do turn people against it and create a negative vibe to it because it's overdone. It's oversaturated. It's overexposed. But at the end of the day, the Kansas City Chiefs are focused on the more important business of football. And as long as they're winning, I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. But once they lose, then of course people are going to say the distraction of Taylor Swift.
Yep, exactly. This is the same thing they did with Jessica Simpson, Tony Romo back in the day. Tony Romo started struggling. They started blaming
Always
Jessica.
The woman's fault. Always the woman's fault.
I'm not saying it's right because it's not right. Here's what Tony actually said. He said that's the thing that's disenchanting.
She ain't never hiked the ball. She ain't never thrown a pass. She ain't never missed a tackle.
No, I agree. That's that man. Let that man be in his relationship. Ain't nobody know. The thing is, I'm just happy that people didn't blame Russell Wilson's issues on Sierra. I'm just happy that didn't come down because that could have easily been the case as well.
Some people
but they actually did. They did in Seattle. They did. Some people
have tried. Yeah.
They actually said like it became too Hollywood and all that type of stuff like that. But that's neither here nor there. He said there's so much on the outside coming in, entertainment value, and different things taken away from what really happens on the field. Sports is entertainment, and so I love and respect Tony Dungy, but sports is a form of entertainment. And if you can cross the two over, then it's a win-win for both sides, for the entertainment, for the NFL side, for sports side, period. You go to a Lakers game, what do they show? They show all the Hollywood stars sitting front row. Nobody talks about how many cutaways, Jack gets, sitting at Laker games and whatnot. Nobody talks about that. Chris Rock, Spike Lee at MSG or whatnot. It's all part of the game and whatnot. Now, once again, do they show too many cutaways of Taylor Swift during the game? That's not Taylor's fault. Why is that on her? So I agree with you. It shouldn't be the woman's fault because the network chooses to show a Taylor Swift cutaway anytime Travis Kelce gets a 3-yard touchdown.
But it goes back to the original argument of Travis Kelce was a superstar with many endorsements before Taylor Swift came into his life. Yes, it has gone up exponentially. She rose the profile of someone who already had a high profile, but not to debate that again. But this is what I do want to say about the NFL in particular. They are very uncreative. They are very reactive in their marketing. In that, let's use this year as an example, the whole Taylor Swift thing. They've really leaned into the Taylor Swift thing. The league has.
Yeah.
Also, when they used Kim Kardashian to make the announcement of Usher being the halftime entertainment, was very reactionary and following the trends and not setting the trends. And the biggest thing, the biggest thing that most people don't even really think about or understand, the only reason the NFL has a Super Bowl halftime show, which is one of the elite performances for an entertainer in the world, is because of In Living Color, because they didn't used to do anything at halftime. And Keenan Ivory Wayans and In Living Color had a special Super Bowl halftime show that took all the viewers from the Super Bowl to watch that special edition of In Living Color. And there has been a halftime Super Bowl show ever since. And most people don't realize that's the only reason you have this halftime Super Bowl show. It's because of Keenan Ivory Wayans.
Wow,
just want to put that out there.
That's it. You know, what's crazy is shout out to Keenan Ivory Wayans and all the black. Let me shut up because I work for Fox right now. But this is, you know,
I'm just saying the NFL historically is not leading the charge in marketing. They are very reactionary and bandwagonish in how they market themselves.
I agree. I was just going to give props to all the black programming that was on Fox a long time ago that built the network up to be able to get the NFL. So that was part of it. And we see that with Tubi now. So I'm just letting you know that anyway,
well, that's another Tubi.
That's another done there, been there. I don't even know who owns Tubi. Who owns Tubi?
Fox.
Wow. Okay. There you go. Let me shut up because I still work at Fox. And I want to keep my job.
I need to keep my job. Who else owns Fox?
TMZ.
TMZ.
Okay, well, we need to shut up. Can we cut this? As a matter of fact,
let's move on. Let's stop that. Let's move on to stop that.
No, I want to make a quick about the marketing thing. I think the NFL is geniuses. I mean, because we're talking about it right now, right? So we're also talking about their product. So anytime you can get people talking, no matter what, even if it's controversial, even if you don't like it, people are talking about it. And what do they say? Any publicity is good publicity, whether it's good or bad.
I don't believe that. As a publicist, I don't believe that. But
we're talking about it. We are talking about it. And once again, like you said, with Taylor Swift, that whole fan base coming over, there may be thousands of, not millions, but tens of thousands of people who are watching just to get see a cutaway of Taylor Swift that would never watch a Kansas City Chiefs.
I would say it's in the millions.
It depends on if it's a playoff game, because they get millions of fans, but I don't think it's going to be millions more watching to see a Taylor Swift cutaway. But if it's a game that gets $4 or $5 million on a weekly, 4 or 5 million views on a weekly basis, maybe tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands just to see a Taylor Swift cutaway, just to see if she's at the game. So I do believe that's helping and whatnot. I don't know about the whole Travis Kelce and all that type of stuff like that, as far as him gaining.
I mean, his jerseys are selling for a lot more money. More of his jerseys are selling. I mean, you can quantify the difference in his marketability and his actual valuation since he has been attached to Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I mean, that's sure. Look, hey, shout out to Taylor Swift. I mean, she's one of the most popular people in the United States or in the world. So so anybody that's attached to it, you could be her best friend. You can just become her best friend right now, and your Instagram followers will go up to tens of millions of people. That's just the way the world works. So that's good. Mention the jackets. Kyle Juszczyk is his wife. Made some jackets, I believe, for Taylor Swift and all those people, whatever. That's really so every time Taylor Swift posts something with those jackets or whatever, then her marketing goes up big. So anybody that's associated with Taylor Swift.
It's very, the thing is, Taylor Swift sometimes. Okay, I know that if I say this, the Swifties might come for me, but I don't think the Swifties are listening to this podcast.
Well, they'll cut it. They'll find it. They will find it. Believe me.
But I'm going to go ahead and say this. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and say this. I think Taylor Swift is Don't come back in the frame. Don't leave me out here by myself.
Hey, I don't see them little white girls.
I'm gonna say this.
They are
because when you brought up the jackets, and then you have the secret handshakes with all these new best friends. It's very high schoolish to me, the engagement of it in the in the suite. And I feel like a lot of times Taylor, who is a 30-plus-year-old woman, feels like she cosplays a high school nerd. I feel like her persona is the girl that didn't get picked, the girl that didn't get asked to the dance. And I'm like, she is literally the most popular woman on the planet. So it's just a little weird that the persona is, she's just this teenage, bullied kid. So that's not nothing bad about Taylor.
Oh, that ain't bad. Okay, that wasn't that bad.
That was just, man. It's just interesting how she's kind of put out there. And I'm like, she's like a 33-year-old woman.
Okay.
That's all.
My earbuds came.
Let's move on.
I had to protect my head. I've had the Swifties come after me before one time, so I know them little white girls be going crazy.
No, I'm saying, listen, I can't take anything away from anyone who's doing something at a high level, and she's doing it at the highest level that has ever been done. There's nothing for me to say. I'm just making the observation of how she is presented when that's not actually who she is. That's it. That's it.
All right. It's a good time. It's a good time to get this.
Woman. She's just a grown-up woman.
Yo, this is the Inflection Collective. All of us are connected, reflective, real life perspective, respected. The banter, the chit chat, no cap is big facts. So kick back. This here is done there, been there.